Nolan Wells, the young man who found dead on the vacation with his 4th of July vacation with his friends. His parents went on Good Morning America, and I just want to see what they had to say. I haven't seen it, but I just want to see what they had to say about it. Yeah. So let's see what they have to say about their son, who was with an all-white in Mississippi, all-white friends, and you know the controversy. You heard about it. Everybody's saying that I even said, not everybody, me. I said it. I got videos on this. Did a stream about it yesterday and the day before, saying stay away from these white people, these white friends, and I still mean it. Don't think I changed my mind on that. Do not, if you are black, do not go with all white people anywhere on any vacation. Now, now I do believe if it's something like domestic or something here or around other people, nothing wrong with that. But something secluded, a secluded situation like vacation, we going to the cabins, we're having a sleepover. Do not do any of that when you're the only black person. At least have about 2 or 3 other black people with you. So if something go down, you got, some camaraderie with you to handle the situation. That's how I feel. You can't be the only black in the situation. Not when it's an intimate, secluded type environment. All right. So anyway, let's listen to Nolan Wells' parents. They break their silence on Good Morning America.
On the mysterious death of Nolan Wells, we're joined by his parents, Christine and Elmore Wansley, as well as their attorney, Ben Crump. And before we get started, first off, I want to thank you for being here under these circumstances. I know how extremely tough it must be, and we can express how sorry we are for you and your family. And first question, how are you two holding up?
Taking it second by second.
Day by day.
Second by second and day by day, which we all can understand. And I just want to ask you, the friends that Nolan traveled to Horn Island with, they say that he stayed behind voluntarily. Why would he stay behind?
That we cannot answer. I can't fathom why he would.
I don't know why he would. We always taught him to, if you go with a group, you stay with a group. Mm-hmm. Even when he was in college, he would say, Dad, well, we're going to ride down to a party or something in another city. Now, so I was out telling him, look, if you go with 5, you come back with 5. Do not separate from your group. Because I always said, safety is in numbers. Mm-hmm. And he always said, yes, sir. So he knew to stay with his group. So why would he split from his group? I don't know.
So that would have been unusual for him to split from the group. And you said he would always check in with you. Did he check in with you that day?
So that day, no, I don't. But of course, too, they were on the boat. And usually when he is out there, which it's not uncommon, he's, I think, since last year, he's been going there occasionally with his friends. And so it would always just be like, hey, Mom, I'm back, type of thing. But this time there was no call or text from him. It was from his friend.
And then too, really didn't worry a lot about it because it was his last weekend to have fun. Yeah. Because that Monday.
Lies, man. They lies. It's a cover up. Lies. I'm sorry, it's lies. Something happened, and his friends don't want to say. I'm not going to say whether they had something to do with it. I don't know. I'm not going to say they killed him or anything like that. I don't know. But something they're keeping from this, something they're not saying. Something they're not saying. If they didn't do it themselves, they definitely know something that went on. Because like his parents just said, that's not like him to go by himself. And don't get me wrong, I know children, we do opposite of what our parents tell us. I did, and you probably have when you was a child, or as if you're younger now, you're probably doing it right now. But when you go off to a place you're not used to being at, which I'm suspecting that's what it seems like. They went on vacation somewhere. You don't part and go by yourself to do anything. That makes no sense. You don't do anything by yourself at all. Unless you meet a young lady or something like that, and you go into the room or you going out to eat separated from your boys. And in that situation, what happened with that? If that's the case, if you went with a chick somewhere, okay, bro, I'll be back, about to go with this girl, then what happened with that situation? What's going on with that? If that's the case. If it's not the case, what happened? We need to know. We need to know exactly what went down. People just don't go places and just die. And then you're the only black there? Why is the only black in these situations dying? All these white people, but the only token black in the situation is the one who died? Nah. Come on, man. Coincidences stop when patterns evolve. Coincidences stop when patterns evolve. When there's a pattern, coincidence is no longer relevant. Okay?
He had to report to school when we was preparing to take him back for camp to prepare for the season. So, we're gonna see. He wanted to have his last hurrah before he locked down and get ready for the season. Because, like I said, the entire summer he's training. He got more serious. He started to understand what I was trying to tell him about football, not just being fun, but as you get farther in it, it becomes a business. If you want to excel, and you have to understand both at the same time.
And we know, Ben, that you said that you're going to do an independent investigation.
Yes.
And you say you have Nolan's cell phone and messages were deleted. How could you tell messages were deleted?
Well, his parents got the phone back, and that's something that's important, Michael, because they tracked this phone on Life 360.
So Life 360, but when I received the phone call from Warren, I immediately called my friend Tashima and I said, hey, have you guys seen Nolan? Because her two sons, Jalen and Javon, they grew up together. They played city league sports together. When they got into school, they played sports together. And so she was like, hey, okay, the boys were pulling up the location from Snapchat. So the Snapchat location looks completely different than the Life 360 location. So when I pulled up Life 360, it was different. It was showing everywhere the phone had been. I was like, well, it's showing that he's back on land. He's like, but no, he didn't come back with us.
Well, how were you able to get the phone?
So we tracked it, and my friend Tashima went and picked it up.
It wasn't like they said we got his phone. They tracked it, and that highlights all these contradictions, Michael. The fact that they said Nolan was talking to a young woman, and she said that he said, I'm going back to get on the boat with the boys. The boys said that he said he was going to stay with her. And so that's an obvious contradiction. And then this video of this, you can hear an argument going where Nolan is saying, give me my freaking phone. What are you freaking doing? And so then his phone ends up missing. I don't know any teenagers, Michael Strahan, who says, if you believe their story, I'm gonna stay behind and I'm gonna leave my phone. I mean, no young person leaves their cell phone. And so then.
No young person, no grown person. Only person I know to leave their cell phone is my 80-year-old mother. And she didn't do it on purpose. She did it because she forgot it, because she's 80 years old. God bless her. I love her. Love you, mama. That's the only person I know that ever leaves their phone anywhere. I've only done it once or twice. Once or twice. Where I get someone, I'm like, oh my God, I left my phone at the house. Once or twice. And you think somebody that's a teenager, 18, 19 years old, gonna do that? No, not at all.
There's so many things their parents were telling us about. Even why didn't his body wash up with the tide on Sunday? Why would it come on Monday? It's not adding up. And that is the problem when you think about the history of Mississippi.
Mama look like she about to break down too. I'm just saying, it can happen. You saw me, I just broke down.
Yeah, so there's so many questions that need to
And that wasn't even my
be
child.
answered.
That wasn't even my child. Thank God.
Is there anything you'd like people to know about Nolan? What would you like them to know about your son?
I told you. I knew it would come. I knew it was coming.
No,
okay.
Nolan, take your time. Nolan was very loving. He was liked by all. It was not a friend he couldn't make.
No, we'll be right back with more for the parents of Nolan Wells and attorney Ben Crump.
Yeah, man. Sad situation, man. Something is definitely fishy. Something is definitely up with that situation. Yeah, man. Mississippi. Yeah. You just can't do it, man. As black people, we cannot go places where it's all white people. I'm sorry. And I did a video, well, on my live, on one of my clips, the video was about this. And I had a comment under there where it said, people like you are racist. You're racist for saying that. How am I racist for saying that? How? There's a history of this. Okay? There's a history. This is historic. This is a part of American history. White people had us as slaves, tortured us, did all types of God knows what to us during 265 years of slavery. That's a very long time. This country is only 250 years old. But for 265 years, we had to endure the most egregious, horrible situations that you can imagine. For generations. After that, the Jim Crow era, where we were still hunted and treated like dirt, less than dogs, where all type of situations like this happen. Maybe not exactly like this because we wasn't friends with white people at that time, but you know what I mean. And now this happens. Like I said, too many coincidences. It's a pattern. It's no longer a coincidence. Something is afoul. So somebody said I was racist for saying this, for telling black people don't hang with all white people. Or if you're going to be friends with them, that's fine. I'm not saying don't dump your friend just because they're white, but you have to use discernment when it comes to leaving or going somewhere with them by yourself, because when you're by yourself, they will switch up on you. They will. It'll happen. It's happened to me. I said my own personal story on that video. Go look at the video. It said white friends trip. Hell no. That's the title of the video. Look at that video, and somewhere in there, might be towards the end, I give my own tale of a situation. And I'm from Atlanta. Ain't no white people here really. So I don't have many situations with white people. But this was a particular situation I had while I was by myself. So, and they switched up on. So they will switch up on you, man. They'll say something. It might be something small, might be a little micro, petty, passive, aggressive, subtle. It'd be a subtle little comment or remark that you might have to catch, and you hear it and be like, what? You know what I'm saying? but something will happen. It will become clear that you are black and we are white, and there is a difference, and we're going to hint towards that or say it or do something about it. I promise you. And this situation is no different. God bless his parents. I'm so sorry that they have to go through this. I hope they find out the truth. I just heard that the investigators say there's no evidence of foul play. Yeah, right. Whatever. Yeah. The situation with Ahmaud Arbery down in South Georgia, I can't remember. My mind, oh my God, I have a bad memory. My homeboy told me that. I can remember faces, but names and all that is hard. Well, they covered that whole situation up. And then they had to bring the federal government to find out that, oh no, this is a cover-up. The judges, the DA, everybody covered, the sheriff covered up the whole situation. So these white parts of town, the powers that be in those towns, they will cover up the situation. Oh, bunch of white boys, one black dude died. We can't let y'all go. We're not about to let these young white boys go to jail for the rest of their life over this nigga. So they'll cover it up. But this is allegedly. I don't know what actually happened, but it's fishy. It's disturbing. So my prayers go out to his family. I hope they get justice for whatever may have happened to their son. All right.